if you are new here, I'm Ganiti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch episode 66 of Anime Monster, so let's see what it has. Let's go.
母さん、手を離さないで。母さん、母さん、母さん。
That's it for before the opening. Alright, in the previous episode, in the end, Mr. Did I write down his name? Oh my gosh. That. Okay, so he said how you twins were created. And now the only moment we have, we see a child in holding the right hand of a woman, and the woman looks kind of sad but determined, I would say, like she's going to do something bad, let's say, like something that she could regret, so to say, but she has decided already. That's kind of the looks that she has. But then the camera pans up and we see someone on her left with a red bow. So that's the mother of the twins, Johan and Anna Nina. But I think maybe this episode will show us a bit more flashbacks based on that, or maybe not. Like, what did he mean created, and what was his name? I can't find it. Welcome Home, chapter 66. Okay, this has kind of retro VHS style. Okay, let's see.
ドイツ系チェコスロバキア人、第二次大戦後ボヘミア地方に残ったある一家の長男、士官学校出身の軍人、国家の明日を担うエリートだった。名前などどうでもいい。女、モラビア地方の小学校教師の一人娘として
Very cute.
ブロンドの髪、青い
So that's their parents? Is this about them?
ブルノ大学に進学。
Genetics? Interesting.
教授陣から将来を嘱望される才媛だった。
Yeah, that's their mom. Names don't really matter. Yeah.
二人はプラハのカフェで知り合った。二人が恋に落ちる。
So he really was a soldier.
かからなかった。ほどなく女は子供を宿す。
With twins.
そして男は告白する。これは任務だったと。
Only after she became pregnant? This. What?
頭脳、骨格、運動能力。選び抜かれた男と女の間に子供を作る数十例のカップルによって実験が行われ、
Dozens.
自分たちは
I see.
その中の一例であると。
But she didn't know.
男はシナリオ通りに任務を遂行したが、今やその通りに動く気はないと告げ、そして言った。
To see it through.
逃げよう。
He fell in love with her for real, even though it was kind of for.
二人は逃げ出した。
But her children were part of experiment, so that's. I see. They were wanted.
男はシナリオ通りに動かないと宣言したが、
Did he betray her or what?
その行動もすでにシナリ
Ah.
オに組み込まれていた。
They were already expecting for them to. For couples to fall in love for real. But they would have been expected to kind of give out their children away
見知らぬ部屋に隔離された。
to see if they have this perfect soldiers kind of from these children or something. And their children were actually a success, I guess, if we're seeing it from this way.
彼は新しい任務に
I thought they just killed him,
彼に
honestly.
合わせて
彼は新しい任務に
Maybe I'm right, honestly,
彼に合わせて
彼は新しい人間
based on their answers. Their
女
line.
は言った。彼に合わせて、彼に合わせて、彼に合わせて、彼に合わせて。
This is horrible.
彼女
And she didn't even know she was entering an
彼
experiment.
はもうこの世にはいないであろう。
Yeah, I think the same. And especially like names don't matter if there's
順調に発育して
if they are just like for
双
experiment.
子だった。
Yeah, they were twins. Yeah, that's
顔をこちらに
like they are just subjects in the
彼女
experiment,
は
right?
気づき始めていた。
She looks so
よく
angry.
訪ねてくるこの男。彼女の姿
Justifiably.
をスケッチしていくこの男。この男こそ。
So that was Franz Bonaparte. Is
死亡者
is
であった。
because
私は許さないあなたを決して許さない私が死んでも私の中でどんどん大きくなっていくこの子たちが必ずあなたに復讐する
君は面白いことを言うね
well, she's also bearing them with these feelings. I guess on kinda that level,
さんの時が来た。
her feelings might flow into
耳
them.
をそらすため、
I don't think it's scientifically right, but
ついに彼女は行動に出た。
what did she try to run away? I don't think this is a good time. Like this is actually the hardest time to run away.
幅数十センチ。身重の体で激しい陣痛に見舞われながら、彼女は通気口から脱出した。
So their mom was actually a good and cool and brave person. I thought she kind of worked with Franz Bonaparte and was kind of shady herself, but no,
彼女が
she's a victim for
日
sure.
本から数十メートルの路上、
Several
破水が始まっていた。なんて美しい、なんて美しい子たちなんだ。
oh, that's the guy that name I don't remember.
人類の未来を担う子供たちなのですね。
Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And I assume that Franz Bonaparte is the one who is drawing.
余計なことは考え
And for him, names don't matter. But for her,
考えたのあの子たちの名
I wonder
考えなくていい
what names did she give them?
名前をあの子たちに名前をあの子たちに
Oh, is this
いい
the first time we see his face?
名前などいらないんだ
I really wanted to know what she would name her children.
フランツ・ボナパルト
そうだ。ヨハンは彼の居場所を私に。
So he wants to take revenge? Or what?
ボナパルタは生きているの
How she promised.
私は許さない。あなたを決して
That's what
許
she
さない。
said.
私が死んでも、
Mm-hmm.
私の中でどんどん大きくなっていくこの子たちが必ずあなたに復讐する。
フランツ・ボナパルタは生きているのね
So we can still take revenge. Okay. That's interesting. He would be old by now, right?
ヨハンに聞けばいい。彼はここにいる。
It looks so broken down. How does he live here? Is this even livable?
飛んだ医者だ。
この先に病院がある。ヨハンの居場所を教えればそこへ運ぶ。このままだとお前は出血多量で死ぬぞ。
So he applied some first aid. There,
知らないものは
he
知らない。
looks horrible.
早く言いなさいよ。
飛んだ医者だ。銃で僕を撃つわ。挙句にこんなにしょ。
Well, he didn't kill you, and you were trying to kill Eva, so I think that's fair. But he looks so horrible that I wouldn't be surprised if he died. Christoph is his name. Yeah. Thank God I wrote this down. He just repeats the same thoughts. I guess he's really loyal. Maybe either he doesn't know where Johan is, or he is so loyal that he doesn't want to tell. Or he really doesn't know.
エヴァ、あそこに公衆電話がある。この車に出血多量の怪我人が乗っていると病院に電話してくれ。
Yeah, very not suspicious call.
もう少しでこいつはヨハンの。
これ以上は命に関わる。
I think he honestly doesn't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have this impression. He looks so broken down. Maybe they're going to talk without Eva too.
ああ、また助けちゃった。結局あんたはいつもこうだ。あんたには人は殺せない。会いたがっていたよ。
Johan?
教えてあげるよ。ヨハンの居場所。
Is this because Tenma decided to save him, or did he just didn't want to talk with Eva there? Oh my gosh.
すぐに病院から救急車が駆けつけるわ。早くこの場から逃げ。
Yeah, maybe Tenma just went away alone. Maybe he didn't want Eva to be in danger.
言ったよ。あんたに伝言だ。これ以上巻き込むことはできない。
Yeah, of course he doesn't.
君の人生を台無しにした。本当にすまない。幸せになってくれ。だとさ。どうして泣くんだ。わからない。
Poor Eva.
僕には全然わからない。
He doesn't understand because she expresses emotions, and he kinda isn't really good with expressing emotions. He doesn't understand her emotions. I think that's what he means. So did I understand it right that Franz Bonaparte was here and Johann came here too? In this rundown building? So they were both a part of experiment. Experiment with kind of the best DNA they could find, so to create these perfect children, and it was Franz Bonaparte's plan. And then he laid their hands on them, like he got them. But Johann is here. How did they live with their mom after that? Yeah, that's a good question. Like, who was greeting who? Yeah, that moment that she was remembering all the time. That he is there and she came home. And that's when they ran away from here.
担当食べ。そんなに慌てて食べると喉に詰まるぞ。
よほどお腹が空いていたのね。
どこから来たんだい君たちは。
お名前は？
So that's after they ran away from Trejaba. Trejaba.
まあいい。お腹がいっぱいになったらゆっくり話を聞こうか。
どうします？
どうするって？
あの子たち、本当に親がいないんじゃないかしら。
いたとしても帰りたくない理由があるとかな。
私たち。
So this is one of the pairs that adopted them? Did they die? I mean, after adopting them.
バカなことを言うな。いや、きつい言い方をして悪かった。とにかく警察に電話しよう。
ん？どうしたの僕？
見て見て、綺麗なお花。おじさんとおばさんにあげてくるね。
もういいんだ。
え？
言っただろ。いい計画があるって。
Did he kill them already? What the heck? Like, don't give these flowers to them. Let's go to another place. What? But for what reason would he need to kill them? How did he do it so quickly? And quietly? So they're his first victims, or...? There was...
やっと会えたね。あの時、
He didn't want them to call the
赤い
police.
バラの屋敷から逃げ出して、3匹のカエルの部屋にたどり着いた。
So she greeted him at home.
君は迎えてくれた。
Okay.
だから今度は僕が君に言うよ。
And now this time he greets her. Yes, okay.
ハイデルベルク、20歳の誕生日。君を迎えに行ってからずいぶん時間が過ぎてしまった。
迎えに来た。あなたは殺しに来たのよ。あなたはフォルトナーさんを、そしてリーベルトさんを、今まで私たちに優しくしてくれた人たち、みんなあなたが殺したのよ。
Maybe he wanted them to be just alone, just the two of them. No. Mr. Maurer? Man, I really liked him. no, that was horrible. That was a horrible episode.
気持ちのいい日だねって言ったんですよ。あ、ああ。運転手さん。
Okay.
もう少し急いでくれないか。
That was such a scary moment in the field with that poor pair. But maybe it was after the phrase about the police that he came to them and decided to kill them. So he didn't want them to be found. Well, she did it once. She could do it twice. He is like full shadow. I think that's also kind of metaphoric in a way. And he shows at his head again. Just like when they were small.
全て終わりにするわ。
終わりってなんだろう。終わり終わり終わり終わり終わり終わり。何度も何度も終わりの世界を見てきた。終わりってなんだろう。
終わるわ。あなたが死んで、私も死ぬ。
She wants to kill herself too, or?
見てきた。何を見てきたの？あなた、何を見てきたの
？That was a strange moment. So he told her that he saw something and she's questioning him. What did he see?
話してあげるわ。本当の恐ろしい話を。
What she remembers from hypnosis? Is this the room?
ただいま。
Ah, it's home. Okay, wait a second. That's her, right? The actual horrible story. She came home. So, I think that's her opening the door. Let's hear it again. I'm home. Okay. They're just trying to confuse me all the time because I already had this thought that she was actually the one that came home and Johan greeted her. So some of the experiences that we think Johan has lived through were actually her experiences, and she said that she will die too. Either she thinks that they are both monsters, that they were kind of brought up, created to be monsters, so she thinks she's also dangerous, and that's why she wants to die. Either she means she will kind of die inside a bit because she killed part of herself, that is Johan. Either way, I'm glad that we got some explanation on their mom in the beginning. That was actually a very interesting flashback. The beginning of this episode is very good. Okay, I'm going to close the ending because the ending is so beautiful. I love it. I just love rewatching it. And the pictures are so pretty and the music is so beautiful. And the lyrics, okay, it hasn't. Okay. I'll have to kind of organize everything in my mind, I think, but I assume in the end it is implied that either Johan doesn't remember everything correctly or he doesn't want her to remember everything correctly because he wanted to protect her and kind of her heart, but now she remembered the truth, and I guess maybe she remembered something kind of bad, let's say, for the lack of the better word, about herself. And basically from the very beginning, so Franz Bonaparte had this plan to create this perfect children. Like I gave a parallel with these perfect soldiers that were created in Hitler's time that I talked about in one of these episodes, that couldn't feel like pain, emotions, all of that. so maybe kind of a reference to that. He wanted to create these perfect people for some reason, for kind of as these people say, the guy with glasses and the others, they wanted kind of new Hitler, but I don't think we know for sure what Franz Bonaparte himself wanted, because he's kind of cryptic man. So maybe he did want a new Hitler, maybe he had some other plans, but either way, this moment of choosing the genes, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, but you understand I think what I mean, the DNA, choosing kind of the best people in their opinion. It also references again, I think, the ideas that were in Hitler's period, about kind of the dominance of certain genes, of certain kind of people, certain ethnicities, I think is a good word. So I think it also comes back to that, but also I think he took into account, Franz Bonaparte, their health, their maybe family history, because of the diseases that their ancestors could have. So he tried to pick the best of the best in terms of health and ethnicity, I assume. That's just what it seemed like. And then there were several couples in this experiment. We don't know what happened to other couples, but I assume that this couple that we are talking about, that had Johann and Anna Nina, they were the main success, I assume. But he also had these readings that had the children in them. So maybe these children were also the results of other experiments, I mean other pairs from this experiment. So he was working on them all, and kind of Johann just did the best in the end for what Franz Bonaparte wanted of him. Or maybe their mom was right and he's taking revenge in his own way. We didn't see Franz Bonaparte in this episode yet. We don't know like kind of what happened to him. Did Johann get to him, or is he still alive and we are going to meet him? That is unclear. So again, going back, so they took the mom. Of course they needed the mom because she was pregnant and they wanted the children, and then I guess they kept her because she had to maybe breastfeed them and all of that. And after that maybe she instructed, I don't remember if I was told anything about that moment. It's unclear, please correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe she instructed them to run away. Maybe she said them kinda, I'll make this maybe destruction with fire or something, and then you will quietly run away. But Johann was already affected by Franz Bonaparte and his reading brainwashing and all of that, so there was something not right with him already. But everything seemed fine with Anna Nina, so even if she either we have some incorrect storytelling, like how is it called, unreliable narrator, right? So maybe some events aren't shown to us correctly, but it really does seem like Johann was the one affected. He started killing people for some reason. Either it was just kind of simple for him, they are becoming an obstacle, so I'm going to get rid of them, so they are not a problem anymore, they want to report us to the police, I don't want this, so I'm going to get rid of them. I'm already kind of lacking some emotions, I'm already kind of brainwashed from these readings, so that's what I'm going to do, and that is going to be fine by me. I won't feel anything. Maybe also I feel like from then on, he always felt like Anna was his closest person, someone who he actually maybe loves. Unlike his mom, we already talked about the relationship with his mom, like he felt unloved, which is strange because this woman seemed so nice. I'm not sure, did they take her away and replace her with another woman who looked alike but had to take care of them, or did she feel resentment or something else? Because it looked like she really had high hopes for her children. I thought she would love them. Okay, I think I'm getting sidetracked. So what I wanted to say, yes, Johan was affected, but if Anna actually did have some of these horrible experiences, that she's going to tell some horrible story, then why wasn't she affected? Or is she just so good with forgetting everything? Because she seemed to be fine. She seemed to be like a normal kid, and she didn't notice how Johan killed that poor pair, and he just took her away, so he didn't want her to see that. So after that, she always expressed herself as a normal child, and she even got in a normal orphanage with normal children and normal adults there, where she could develop normally. I'm sorry for the overload of this word. Meanwhile, Johan got in an orphanage where there were just more experiments on him, and of course that deepened what his, can we say, trauma, I think, because I think what all these flashbacks and everything showed us is that now we feel this taste of sugar with Johan. We look at him, we think what he went through, how the world around him affected him, and then there's a question like, is he a bad person? Or did the environment affect him in this way? So is this his fault as a person, or is this fault of the environment that he was in? And does he really deserve any kind of punishment? Or like, what should we do? Do we really want him to die now that we know so much about his history? I don't know what, let's see what happens in the next episode. I guess I'm not going to watch it right now, unfortunately, and yeah, I have to remember to watch it on Facebook. I hope this goes well, because my internet connection honestly isn't perfect, so I prefer downloading episodes so that there's no problem while I'm watching them. So I hope everything goes well with kind of watching on Facebook. Maybe I'll be able to download it somehow, I'll see. So maybe something Anna says, remembers in the next episode will change some things, but mostly I think I stay by my words. I don't know if by now I see Johan actually dying in the end or not. Like, I'm unsure about, maybe I was unsure in the very beginning also. We saw many human sides of him, so to say, and what I said, like, is this really his fault that he was affected by what adults around him did? And maybe actually him, did he kill any children? I'm just thinking maybe he feels resentment towards adults. Maybe he still thinks of himself as a child, like how he relived through all of this, and so all that he's seen from adults was not good, so he feels resentment towards them, and that's why he kind of, I wouldn't say takes revenge, I just don't know the best words to use here, but he's kind of unimpressed with them, let's say that. So that was actually a very interesting episode, many thoughts here. So if you have anything to add, or maybe correct me on something that I misremembered, and maybe remind me of the name of the man in glasses. I thought I wrote it down, but now I can't find it. So I think, yeah, if you have to say anything to say, sorry, and without spoilers of course, then please do so in the comments down below. Again, thank you for watching. That would be it for today.